To get the Jensen stereo out, what you want to do is just pry on this outside cover here, and that pops off. And then there's a Robertson screw in each of the four corners there. Just pop those out and the whole radio will slide back. So I have the stereo DVD player entertainment unit, the Jensen, pulled out, and I'll show you where you want to run the wire for the headphones. Flashlight look in there. And you can see down at the bottom there where that here, that's where the factory ran their cabling, so just follow that down. Below the stereo, drop the wire down. There's a hole right here underneath the stereo, and you can see that's where the factory has run the bulk of their wires too. So just follow along, and through this hole here, first you have to take this flap off. You can see I also have my inverter plug there. Yeah, and just run the wire down through there, and that'll put the wire out into the basement. And we'll move down there and show you where it comes out. Okay, next I'm going to go into my driver's side storage bay here where the water hookups are. And two screws hold this divider. And this is where the wire is going to come out. See in there some other wires coming out. Ran a few cables before. This is my headphone wire. So around that corner, and then bring it out right here and drop it down. I've already had a small hole drilled previously. That wire was the remote wire for my inverter, so it was already pre-drilled down there. So I ran the headphone wire through that and out the bottom. Under here, I've opened a flap in the underside material. I just use a plastic corrugated type, almost like a cardboard, but it's plastic, what they call chloroplast. You can also see the insulation they use, and this is all the factory wire running through a channel. So now I've got my headphone wire coming down through there, and I can run it along the factory wiring's channel right to the back. There's the flap I opened up underneath the storage bay, and you should be able to feed the wire up and along underneath, and then you're going to have to undo the cover right here and fish the wire through. Then what I did, rather than trying to keep it going along that channel, I'd have to undo a lot more bolts and that covering. So bring the wire out. And there's these little triangle weld things here, which just makes a nice channel to run the wire through. So I ran through each of those. You can see, just fish it through those, and that'll keep it snug along there. Right along there, and the wire comes out, and then I can drop the cover back near the rear of the trailer again and run the wire underneath again, and I should be able to go right to the back corner where the water pump is. I'll show you exactly where I'm going to fish the wire up from there. Okay, so I cut an access flap right at the very back corner. You can see there's the freshwater drain, and right above me is a freshwater tank. That's what this white thing is. You can see some of the wiring coming into it. These thin wires are actually your useless sensor gauge. My black headphone wire. ran the black headphone wire up. There's a spot right up there where I was able to drill through the floor and run the wire up into the living area. And this is a flap I have cut out in case I ever need to get at the water pump or the water area in case there's a leak. Usually this goes back in place and with some Gorilla Tape it's all sealed up when I'm done. Exposing the water pump here, I measured about 10 times just to be sure and found a spot underneath where I could run the wire up under the carpet. So on my rig is roughly 22 inches from this wall and 3 inches in to pull the carpeting back and pull the wire up. Drill a small hole, pull the wire up there. And put the carpeting back. I've put the water pump cover back in place and tucked that carpet back. And the cord can fit right along this seam. And there is space for that small of a wire to go between here and the cabinet. Got the cover off here. That's where I installed my surge protector. And that's where the cord goes, the outside AC cable goes in there. So it's all hollow in there, so I run the wire up through there on the other side of this drawer and made myself a hole here, and that's where I'm going to mount my headphone jack. There we go. Ain't that pretty? Now, when I want to watch TV and not disturb anybody, I got a nice port for my headphone jacks. I can sit in my easy chair, watch some TV from back here, not annoy anyone. And on the stereo end of things, all I have to do is pull this little plug out and sort of hang there when we want to use the stereo speakers.